I'm a man of many characters.
So it may not be a good thing. I have medication for that.
Why? I don't want to suppress my characters.
We'll go over that after.
No,
we're done with this.
That is me.
You know what? Listen, too many people in the same room, just a bad idea sometimes. Too many same yous. You've seen Loki. Come on, guy. Come on. It's okay.
That's the best part.
You definitely might need that medication. Okay. Oh, he's good at that, huh? You gotta get him. I like to do a bit of a voice pretending.
Oh, dude, you
while
got to.
Acting.
You got to. Greetings, ladies and gents.
Yes.
How are we doing today?
Wow. Wow. My favorite thing. Have you like Back to the Future?
Oh, dude, what?
All right, so check it out.
Doc, this shit is heavy, man.
So, yes. So, Back to the Future, right? Do you remember, like, Back to the Future Part 2? Where he goes back to
the one he goes... Was that to the west?
No, that was Part 3. This is the 2015.
Oh, okay.
This is where they go. This is Part 2 where they're going, like...
Going to
back to like save his son,
Cubbies.
Right? So remember that scene where like he like grab Mad Dog's I don't think he's Mad Dog. That's not Mad Dog. What is it? Griff or something like that. His grandson, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he grabs he's like being chased by him and his goons and shit, and he like grabs like the little girl's hoverboard like he did in the first one. And he just like goes and he's like, the hell's not working, you know? And homeboy, the wily motherfucker, you know, this one the wily motherfucker in the group always stand off to the side. He's like, you stupid, you can't go over water unless you have power.
And then he breaks his out. It's just like the ultimate freaking board. He's got freaking rockets on the side and stuff. The case was even bad, yo.
The case was a motherfucker. Because remember, he brought up the case, like, it focused on the case, like, for how long? Oh, motherfucker tracking with his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, why are we... Elon, you're working on the wrong things, dude. I'm gonna need my hoverboard.
Oh, yeah, he's putting satellites in the sky and chips in people's brains and shit.
You know, like...
The important things.
Can I get my hoverboard first? Like, jeez.
What was wrong with making cars?
Dude, he perfected the car. Haven't you seen? Like, he's got different versions of it. They just haven't mass-produced it.
He did, didn't he? He took all the emissions out of the tailpipe, right? And he put it into the factory. That's how you perfect it. That you just move it somewhere else.
You already know.
That's how you do that. Yeah, no, he's not like a... I mean, he's awesome. But he's like if Tony Stark was like shitty. Not to say I don't have a problem with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is awesome.
In a bad way like that, because, you know, if that's the case, he might as well be superior Iron Man.
Who the fuck say he's not, you know?
Elon, do you got a suit in your closet?
He's got a lot of suits in his closet.
Because I already know you got the Stark house. I mean, I just want to know. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
You can pay for my silence at any time.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Like I say, he's a cool dude. He has too much money for me to have a problem with him. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I don't, you know, I'm saying maybe like people have done, let's say that above us is some type of, you know, I'm not to confirm or deny anything, but let's say above us is some kind of.
Definitely ain't either. Because to be honest with you, until I see it for myself, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be up honest with you when it comes to that whole aspect of things. Like, until somebody be like, hey, dude, congratulations, you got your own spaceship. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I have enough struggles and stuff here to have to worry about running out of oxygen as well as gas.
I feel it.
Space, or however they're going to do it. So.
Yeah, it's wild what they do out here, man.
It's tech, man. Like, we have to be ready for it, even though it's slow and, let me see, according to your boy Back to the Future, about 7 years behind. You know, we ain't got our flying cars and stuff yet, but it's cool.
It's all this kind of programming that they put out, like when you watch the Jetsons and things, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, even down to, like, I just shared this thing on Facebook, like, it's even down to, like, where it's, like, the swipe in the wallet, and she like drops out the shit, and he's like, hell nah. And he's like, you know, like that's all programming. Like the wife's supposed to, like, at least you're supposed to think that the wife, like that's the idea they want you to have. So it's like a whole programming kind of thing. So like him talking about, I'm gonna put satellites, which is not a good idea. I'm gonna just put a whole bunch of satellites up at one time and have them just roam around shit.
He already did, didn't he? Or at least he started. I was
about to say, like, seriously, if there's like these apps that you can get, like where you look at the night sky and shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying he has a bunch of them out there. He's not done though, because wasn't it supposed to go all the way up to 2025? Like it was a whole network, I think, of satellites he's supposed to be sending.
Oh, he has like Skynet level plans.
That's the reason I'm like, yo.
That's why I said a shitty Iron Man. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying, like, if he actually brings apart like Skynet and shit. Like literally he's trying to, you know what I mean? Like he even speaks kind of like a Bond villain. Just a little bit.
Him? Your boy Bezos?
Yeah. And, well, he just went full Lex Luthor just for the fuck of it. I don't think he's serious about that shit. I think he just says I look good in the mirror. You know, he was a nerd like all of us. You know what I'm
saying? And Gates. That's another one. Gates. And you know this way, hold on. Elon Musk ain't married, is he?
I don't know.
I don't think he's married. I think he might got like a girlfriend or something. Last time I'm not.
I think when you're at that, I think when you're Elon Musk, it's
Bezos and Gates. They just got divorced, or they're going through divorces or whatever. You know, like last I remember. Yeah, your boy Bezos been hitting the gym.
Oh yeah, like, I'm saying
I'm getting real super villain vibes from him, and just the way your boy Elon he is. Like I said, that's superior Iron Man. And
like straight up super villains. They all went for diabolical shit too. We're gonna launch rockets towards the moon.
That's Doom to me, man. Yeah. Like your boy Gates is Doom. Please don't take me out. You know, I didn't say shit. Just make me disappear and just pay for me to live somewhere else.
Me using the word shitty is just.
I actually like you guys.
Yeah,
I would be a henchman.
Hey, look, Tesla. Teslas are awesome. I'm just saying the facts are the facts. Right? And I'm just saying, like, I'm using shitty as a very creative interpretation of the word. Maybe like,
and on top of that, we're just super duper honest, and you know, which is why we're.
Hey, these are objective things. Look, Elon. You know. If you like Elon Musk, awesome. If you don't, awesome.
I never said I didn't like Elon Musk. If you don't, I just said I thought he was a super villain. That's all.
He's probably.
I still like the guy.
Look, we're talking superheroes and villains, right. Okay?
That is what we do. We are culture con.
We're culture con. That long build up, the face.
You got to just. Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
Dude, Benedict's con though, right?
You got to.
That Spock con, that made me move. That little twinge, little twinge.
A little twinge. You just had it got to go up your spine. It got to go up your spine just a little bit.
Yeah.
What's been up with you, man? Since last time we talked.
Doing this lot of looking up stuff.
Looking up stuff?
Yes, because I have things I think about in the middle of the dead of the night, you know.
Oh, dude. You know, we both lays, so we both think the same way.
I'm not going to say it's because there's THC coursing through my veins, you know,
just kind of opens up a little extra. And
let's just say that, like, I have, you know, I tend to look too far into these little details. So much so that I say, hey, I'm going to spend a lot of money very quickly about putting this stuff out in the ether. Yeah. So with that being said, L.
Yes, sir.
Is this
it's time for the culture part?
Yes.
Of taking over the con culture.
Con culture.
Yes.
What is the con culture? What is that? Is that like a? Do we beat our chest? Is it like that would be cool?
It's when you think of a con, you think of a conqueror, right?
Yeah, I think of Genghis, dude.
Oh, dude, one of the best, the greatest.
Yeah, when I initially was looking through and like trying to decide what was gonna work, you know, and I thought like con's just like one of those words where you just write it down. It's like that shit kind of looks cool, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then when you say it, con.
I mean, and then on top of that, it kind of. Even though it's a different type of con,
I knew you were gonna say it. It could be con, yeah.
You know, so
contradictory.
Just,
you know what I mean? Controversy.
No, it's just like one of those words.
How the fellow Brits say what is it? I can't even do it. Controversy. What do they say? I don't mean to butcher it. I'm sorry.
Is it controversy?
Controversy. Listen, I'm too much of a Prince fan not to say controversy.
Like, right.
That's what every time I hear controversy, it plays in my head.
Feel free to go ahead correct in the comments. We already know you
correct
will.
me, please.
We have no problem with that whatsoever.
Nah.
At least we know you're engaged with us.
Yeah, let me know if it's controversy. I'm not even gonna try.
Whatever one of the con words it is.
Yeah, but anyway, yes. So, do you believe now? We've both seen recent information that kind of may sway us to change some of these beliefs, but I did not spend hours in heavy thought in this to just abandon it. But let's explore. Do you think what had been referenced in the trailer, right? Do you think that could be a version of Nightmare? Or just the MCU's debut of the Nightmare that will stretch through the multiverse and create madness? What do you think?
Well, due to new info, in which I'm pretty sure a few other people are going to see, as well as it's a bunch of people doing their own analysis of the latest trailers and trailer posters. And we have a lot of info that's being put out there.
Yeah.
And well, we already know from WandaVision,
right?
And just how that all went down. We know we're dealing with the Darkhold.
Yeah.
So if we go back into the books, the good old historical comic books, and then go into what we know from, I guess, what we can call canon to the MCU.
Yeah,
we know CLUBᵀᴹ is the big one that's basically behind the Darkhold.
Yeah, at least for sure that it's the references with the ram's heads and with it, the temple resembling
your girl.
Yeah, everything just kind of lining up just to look like it's definitely being. But I don't think at the end of it he is going to be a person that's going to be the problem, at least not the person that was depicted doing the multi-gestured, it was looking like they're absorbing something. And I thought that was pretty interesting that they had the focus on absorbing entities or powers. You saw a lot of it in What If,
energies
right?
And stuff from the subjects, especially like how you really see when Agatha is using her powers, and in which we're gonna start seeing when Wanda start using hers, and you can tell how much control CLUBᵀᴹ has over a person, because their fingers start to getting black.
But is that the control, or is that their attachment to the Darkhold?
I think the more control / I guess attachment to the Darkhold he has over a person. Yeah. I think that's basically is you seeing them going to the transfer. So it starts with the tips, and then before you know it, you got full-fledged, black hands,
So you think just yes,
you
think just like
the time you get to that point, it's basically him saying these are my hands now. When you see when they start getting that black, those are his hands. It's basically, you might have the mind, but I'm the one that's controlling what you're doing with these type stuff.
Right. Right. Well, okay. Well, the fact they have all this, I'll take your power kind of thing, or I'll assume you or power or control over your being or powers. Yeah, there's something pretty specific that happens in WandaVision at the end there, right? Mm-hmm. She takes her in. And then she's able, not that she hadn't already learned about the runes and all that power, but she's able to almost become Scarlet Witch, right? Mm-hmm. She's not, and even to her credit, she even says I'm not that. You know what I mean? I'm just me. I'm just doing what I do. These are the powers that I have. Mm-hmm. I've never used for what you said. I either would or have prophesied to use or whatever. But as soon as she absorbs all of that energy, she becomes that Nexus being, that one that was prophesized and she saw in her own vision and everything, right?
And in doing so, so we already know Wanda, she's smart, super duper smart, right?
Right.
Just at the end of WandaVision, she learned how to do something without training.
Right.
You see.
But that seems to be the thing. Like, you absorb these powers.
Exactly. Once she absorbed the powers and started, to me, it was kind of like she was kind of getting some knowledge then. Not to mention, she's getting the Darkhold on top of that.
Right.
So she's going to learn more.
Right.
Once she started doing that, that was her starting to understand what she is and who she really is and what she's going to be capable of.
Right.
And not to mention, see, CLUBᵀᴹ is just one part of her. At the end of the day, she's still one. When it comes, to full fruition, she's still a mutant. So she was already going to have some type of something power.
But what is a mutant?
CLUBᵀᴹ was involved for her.
Right.
And then lastly, she was experimented on with the Mind Stone from the staff.
Right.
So that's two things minus CLUBᵀᴹ. Either way it goes, she was going to be special regardless.
Right.
CLUBᵀᴹ just added to it. So the thing that's going to make her different from what the Darkhold is making her out to be is the other two factors. Her being a mutant and her having experience with the Mind Stone already.
Right.
Which means it's going to interfere with CLUBᵀᴹ having that full control. I think it's going to start off with CLUBᵀᴹ having control over her. But by the end of it, she's going to be like, nah, son, I'm me. I want to be me. And this is what I'm going to do. Right. And she's going to end up, it's going to be one of those. This is where I think the mutant thing is going to come into play. It's going to be one of those things where she's going to be like a villain for a little bit. But once she finally come into her own and knows what she wants to do, a big move she's going to make is gonna, to me, if they go the way I think they're gonna go, or in some way, it's gonna be what's gonna really just officially be like, we have mutants, in the MCU. We know we got them,
right?
But they haven't officially introduced them,
right? Yeah,
And like we have all these things like, oh yeah, they've been there, this and the third, and we can do this and I think they're really gonna just like in the House of M. No more mutants, but we know the MCU does what? They get ideas from the main source of the comics, right, and then they make their own universe.
Right.
In this universe, instead of no more mutants, it's going to be let there be mutants, or I want something different. So instead of superpower, I want to be enhanced, or and that's when they're going to just a negative word, because we know how mutants are always depicted as like I don't want to really say it as a racial thing, but like they were the lowly.
They were definitely
blacks and whites and stuff.
They were
the blacks had to do
right.
Basically,
second class citizens
in the comic book world. That is how it is with the mutants and stuff, and it's gonna be no more superheroes, or something like that, and.
You think she'll do something like that?
Enhanced or something, and then we're gonna have a whole new slew of things popping off, because now you're making a whole new dimension, a whole new universe.
Yeah.
In which we already know, basically the MCU is giving us the multiverse. We're getting all of this.
Yeah.
So that's where the Illuminati is gonna come in, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, yo," and they're gonna pull in Strange, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, yo, your girl's wilding out. We know we can't control her for real, but we have a plan for her, and we need your help."
Right.
Because we know from the trailers how the Illuminati's coming into play, and the way things are going, they're going to need him to help with her, because it's not going to be no stopping her. It's just going to be, how can you control her, if you ask me. And they're going to need a friend, so to speak. There's got to be somebody that's as strong as her, or not as strong, but someone that's has that power level to deal with the multiverse dimensions and all that kind of stuff, and of course have a slight understanding of books like the Darkhold.
So you're someone equivalent to Wanda then, and who do you assume this to be?
Like I said, the only person we got is Strange, like that, and the whole Illuminati together, like as a whole. That's the only thing that's going to be able to combat her.
Okay. I will add on to that just a little bit.
For sure.
With a little bit of what I've been thinking, and being so focused and so just kind of like obsessed with this absorbing thing. Like I've been okay. So I and just preparing this for this and just you know, making sure that I remember the right details and it's fixed in there. You know, I don't have to like reach for anything. And power exchanges between Infinity Ultron and Infinity, what would have been Infinity Killmonger, and then trapping that within like a void within a void. You know, being observed by not one but two what you could consider Nexus level beings, because
that's superior level Strange and then the Watcher. Yep.
Right. So you have Strange Supreme and then you have whatever Watcher that may be. Yeah. And whoever.
Everybody keep talking about superior and Iron Man. It's like,
I know
so many
titles to be exchanged and upgraded.
Superior Captain America.
Yeah, all these handles and everything. Yeah, but okay, so I think that they will focus on Strange absorbing Wanda, right? Because you see him now. This is why I come to this conclusion, right? It's just not something I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. I'm thinking that Wanda having now it could be her power that's connected to the Darkhold, Chthon being the one that creates both the Darkhold and Wanda's power, right? I feel like there has to be kind of that attachment, kind of like, you know, like in Harry Potter, you beat the wizard in the duel, assume the wand, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking that maybe it's something like that with the Darkhold, maybe, you know, like when she absorbed her power, she was able to use the Darkhold, at least understand it better, whatever it be, right?
Well, okay.
Right, and then so
piggyback off of that real quick, then just from the trailers, we see different Wandas.
You do. But almost in a way where she's interacting with herself in a more advanced astral projection and not like variance. You know what I mean?
No, I actually think, okay, so like I said, to piggyback with that, what if one of those variants is what he absorbs?
Could be that she splits the Scarlet Witch from herself,
making it an entity of his own.
I think the Scarlet Witch being just more of a radical, just like an extreme version of whatever Scarlet Witch would be. So you wouldn't even need like an introduction like let there be mutants. There would be just that, what we had with No Way Home, like they're almost that like splinter in reality that would just attract everything, almost like it wants to. The MCU has been like cornered and pocketed, and I've explained this, you know, with you know, when we're talking about Kang and everything, and how he's kind of one in that
was just one dimension versus the many,
and then something that's kind of like woven together and something he can control and weave in and out. Like that sounds like something that he was able to pull, because he did it with Goliath, right? He's able to pull in, you know, timelines and energies and powers, and he's able to kind of
able to control a being that was uncontrollable in a way, right? You know, like he's able to put a certain type of leash on it, you know. So
he was able to
at least, if he can't fully control it, at least he can put it in the area that is taking care of things that he needs
through the means of technology, mind you.
Yeah.
Whether it be future technology or not, which we will see with the, you know, Ultron Sentries, which isn't something you just pull from nowhere. You don't keep referencing the same thing. It means nothing, right?
If I'm not mistaken, who was it? I think it was your boy Stark basically said all magic is just technology that you don't understand yet, you know, or you haven't figured out. Or it was a Thor.
Yeah, when he was talking to Jane, he said that
I knew it was somebody one of those.
What you call science, I call magic. They're one and the same, or whatever. You know, just you know,
and that's basically all it is. Because when you analyze magic, you know, it has a scientific signature,
right? And that's true in our world, and that's foundational MCU stuff, right? That's like phase 1 shit, right?
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. So
speaking of, I actually love how everything can still be connected to, like you said, phase 1.
That's why it's perfect.
You can always
I'm being superfluous, but that's why it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
That's why I have all those movies over there. That's why it's.
Oh, dude, you know what? I'm actually hoping they put something in one of the newer sagas that can still be referenced to the old sagas, like the old phases.
I think that's how you keep your core fans.
Oh yeah,
you know, but you don't do it in a way where you mistreat the property or anything like that. Like,
and so far
certain studios may do. You know,
they've been pretty right on with it. I mean,
they respected the characters. So. I mean, that's basically all you have to do. You don't do anything else but pay these actors well and respect the characters. You know, and make sure that the producers Really, because it's Feige's vision, right? You just make sure that the directors, their visions are met. You know, it might treat them like artists. You know, because they all are. This is all an art, but this is let's be real. This is
letting them have fun. Like at the end of the day, this is entertainment for us. And yo, we just want to have fun.
And do right by it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
I'm loving it.
It's a money making thing, but it's amazing. You know?
Oh, they definitely making money.
What do you think? There's something they can tie from, like, something you would like to see, like, that's tied to, like, phase 1 or something like that? Something they haven't, like, used or like, because they're doing it with the Illuminati now, presumably, right? They did it with No Way Home with some Stark Tech.
Yep.
It seems to be a recurring thing. I've always believed, ever since What If, and we see the heir of Stark's ways, and I mean, you already know this from like the comics where like he goes overboard, and like he just doesn't really like understands the concept of like his involvement in being a superhero, and even when you think of MCU, like you have him just kind of like going about being Iron Man in such a like reckless way where he has to learn so bad, like he has to learn in a way where it's like fixed in his memory, like. Hey,
dude, he was terrible.
Terrible.
He basically turned into a tyrant.
I mean, in any universe, when you have that kind of power, like you almost have to like almost do your damnedest not to be, right?
Yeah.
But
it's hard not to be a tyrant when you want everyone to have their free will, but how do you let people have free will when some of their free will kind of harms themselves?
But then that doesn't make you any better than Loki, right? That doesn't make you any better than Thanos.
Man,
you know what I mean? Like, and then these are people who are justified in doing what they do. I mean, Loki maybe not so much in the beginning, but like, I mean, his justification in wanting to be a god king, like, what do? You do God King shit. Like, you know, he's just like, he was brought up to be that way. He felt hurt. Like, the most honest Loki you see is in Loki and in that first Thor movie, because you see the most honest, like, I'm fucking hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I had to deal with, like, being, like, I
had to be the number
second rung. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I had to deal with all that stuff.
No one wants to be the number 2 when you're constantly told you're destined for greatness, but not as great as that guy.
Not as that guy.
You know,
and then
like,
find out you're some like horrible ice monster.
Like, actually, to find out that you're not even supposed to be there, period.
Yeah.
You know, like, for real, that you've been taken from your own family. Like,
as many times as Thor gets knocked down, Loki gets knocked down even harder.
I want to say, for real, the Loki show made me more of a Loki fan.
Oh, yes.
Like,
it did what it was designed to do. It was great.
I loved him at the end of the Infinity War saga, you know, and all that stuff, and how he died, you know, he sacrificed, like, that was great.
Right.
But the Loki we got in the show, and how he basically still became that old Loki,
right,
you know, from his sacrifice, but now he's like he's not sacrificed, and it's like he's the hero type Loki now. And the way he had to go through it to find out, like, he went through some shit.
The acting.
Man, that is
on Tom's part, Mr. Hiddleston, like, that's
great actor.
To assume like different, like any actor that has to do this, like Benedict Cumberbatch or like anyone that has to like assume different versions of themselves and like commit to that. It's even harder because the other person's not there because it's you. You know what I mean? If you're acting against yourself. But just to have just to have a Loki that just gets, you know. But back to what I was saying, like, you know, they could tie anything they want, and I think that's what's special. They've done it here. You know what I mean? When they do their sequels, you know, I've noticed that, you know, you look at Captain America. Now, Captain America has a deeper arc through different event films.
Actually, he has a few different arcs, from being good guy Captain America to all of
just kind of like, you know,
Agatha all alone stuff. He's working for Hydra type stuff. Like, he got some great characters.
Yeah, they're definitely different stories. That the, you know, I was looking at the Hell Hydra Captain just to look like, because I like
had a chance to go full fledged with it.
Yeah,
like, I got other stuff I've been, you know, trying to follow along, especially with all this new stuff we've been getting.
Right.
But that is definitely one that I can't wait to get into, because to find someone like that. Like, that whole, like, actually,
that could be something cool to do in What If, for sure.
Show. Now that I think about it, like, but I mean, like, I can't wait to fully read that comic, but I hope they make it into a show. I don't want it to be a movie. Yeah. Like, with Feige and Disney and all the stuff that they can do, please make the whole Hell Hydra Captain a show. Yeah. And just basically show how it all happened from beginning to end, and that's all I want. Well, you don't really got to tie it into anything, because it's so much of a good story arc alone, and so many people love Cap as a good guy. I just want to see a bad guy Cap.
I think they're gonna deal with the whole U.S. agent thing first. I think, but more than maybe any other kind of like variation of a character, not variant specifically.
Oh,
you have Sam Wilson, Captain America
times.
in the MCU, Captain Carter in the MCU. You have U.S. agent who was Captain America in the MCU, Cap, and you know what I mean. And then so like that's I don't think that's not crazy.
Hydra just to get out of a sticky situation in one of the movies. So you know
that's
what I'm
also that you know what. That should be your thing.
I'm like,
that's your thing. That's the thing that if they take anything from the first one,
back, you know, like
a what if scenario, you know what I mean? Like it's what if Cap really, if we found out about Hydra, like he was like maybe all of it's a little, you know what I mean? You
already know, see.
But yeah, so I think Pat was saying about absorbing energy. Wanda has immense power, and it's sought after by a lot of people, except for Thanos, because that's not what Thanos wanted. I mean, you talk about like the big, like the bad guys. You know, Agatha wants to understand her power, and you know, Strange wants to understand her knowledge. The Avengers. Do you remember when she dropped from the Wakandan lab? Do you remember what was it, Okoye, right? What she said? And she was up there the whole time. Mm-hmm. Do you also remember? Hold on. Do you also remember what happened? In What If?
She could have put in so much more work had she known. And that was the thing. She didn't know what she was capable of.
That's because she was always being restricted
and restrained.
Yeah.
By who? Us.
Yeah.
You already know. The Avengers,
everyone. The Accords, fucking Stark. You know, Vision. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's saying, just don't go berserk.
When I go off the handle.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah, you do it. You're some kind of hero.
But you do it.
Yeah.
You're a hero.
Yeah. She don't like that double standard stuff.
That's the reason why I'm like, she's going to go ahead and go bad guy for a while. But just like with WandaVision.
I don't think she has it in her.
No, that's the thing. She doesn't have a choice. That's the thing.
Oh.
We're not going to realize it until after a while. That's the reason why I said she's going to go bad guy.
Right.
But just like WandaVision, she's going to come to her senses. Because, like I said, those other two factors.
Right.
That is what make her different from the Scarlet Witch that's in the Darkhold.
But that Scarlet Witch from the Darkhold is prophesied.
That's the thing. It's prophesied because it was always supposed to be a Scarlet Witch, regardless. Now, the thing is where CLUBᵀᴹ is messing up. He chose a human, one that already has mutant powers. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, one that already has mutant powers, but I was going with two. Two, after she already has mutant powers, you pick somebody that's in a warfield area where they're taking prisoners and they're experimenting on them.
Because this is also how I got to this whole Nightmare Strange thing. Not the main antagonist, because I don't think Marvel's about that main antagonist like binary kind of thing.
Oh, because they're always playing the multi, role.
It's a gradient, right? They could, you know what I mean, or they're justified or whatever. So I don't think it says, but I think the Nightmare Strange, I think him being more of a problem is because it's number one, and this is what I meant by them. They extend the arcs. You have a Captain America arc, and it extends through Captain America. So you have the death of Bucky, like explicitly referenced and then shown the ramifications or like the the product of what happened after that, him being frozen, Hydra taking him, all the experiments and everything, and of course that having its own backstory. But it's mainly just shown until you understand how it really weighs in the greater MCU. You have stories told within their own arc. So this is a Doctor Strange movie first and foremost. This is not a Scarlet Witch movie.
Right.
This is not a Scarlet. The only time it's ever been a movie where it hasn't
connected, is I put it to you like this: the next Captain Marvel movie, gonna have about 4 or 5 different other Captain Marvels or something. Well, not most
That's
Captain Marvels, but like it's
gonna
have it's gonna be like a 3-4 person hero movie now. Yeah, it's not just really Captain Marvel anymore. So.
But that's even still a Captain Marvel arc, though. You know what I mean? Like this is a Doctor Strange movie.
Including other characters, and see, that's what that's what
right.
It's the same thing with this. Even though it's a Doctor Strange movie, you got your girl Wanda up in here.
America Chavez's introduction.
And which that is a big character.
Yeah,
if people don't know about America Chavez,
I don't think the common person who's looking at and not to say someone like this information is not easily available or anything like that. That's why we do this, because it is. It's not hard to kind of find about much about these characters. But if you were just looking at the title, marquee, it being a Doctor Strange movie, these characters are still playing, albeit they're major characters that are going to go on to have major arcs and develop associations with the MCU, the multiverse. That's just going to be, because it's a multiverse film, and
Right.
it's going to have these long-lasting implications, between multiple properties, but it's still a Doctor Strange movie. So with that being said, when have you seen Mordo? You have not.
Not yet. It's been a minute in the past
except
few
for What
trailers.
If, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when's the last time you heard Doctor Strange actually deal with his mistakes, his arrogance? When has it ever been like, because in every other movie he's the hero. And if it's not a Doctor Strange movie, even Spider-Man, what is he? The hero. Even though what he's doing is going to cause ripples through the multiverse now. So you looking at, albeit the MCU's 14 million variations or top timelines or whatever, and to find out the best one that's going to work in your favor. Because again, you're asking one of the most opinionated, one of the most arrogant characters in the MCU to tell you what the winning end game is, right? After that, have the people who you're with, and they have this whole and he was like, look, I had to do this. Was the actual end game.
But at the end of the day, Tony Stark snapping his fingers, so he knew that was gonna end.
But didn't have to. That's the weird thing about it. No, it is now. If this is inside of Kang's closed MCU, right? In my head canon, right? This is Kang's closed MCU. So let's say that this absolute point is somewhere like he's always going to snap his fingers, or at least there's more situations like
that absolute point stuff from, okay, how many different dimensions is it, or different universes is he going to be that absolute point? Because just like with Doctor Strange's old girl that he lost, is that an absolute point in every timeline?
Me and number one was talking about that actually. Yes,
Kang's timelines.
So
if that's the case, then that means he made sure that snap had to happen because Kang made sure. See, all of the absolute points, in my opinion, are because Kang wants and needs them to be absolute points for him.
I don't know, because you have the Ancient One telling you about this. This is not something that's influenced by Kang. This is something that's just.
But we know the Ancient One and Kang have connections, though.
But Kang only has control of what is. It's not, because if that even was the case, like the whole Infinity Stones throwing things for a loop and different dying universes and all this, that wouldn't even factor into like Kang's just like control of what he has. And this is like almost.
But the thing is, Kang can't control the Ancient One, though. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He
like
knows of it, and they both know of each other, and they know.
Why
if I'm not saying the Ancient One couldn't control Kang either. I said, they know of each other, and they know they used each other to bring the balance from because from what you were telling me, the multiversal war, or Kang's multiversal war, was bringing a bunch of destruction and all that kind of stuff, and he made his into one nice timeline. Right. That is just Kang and his dimensions and stuff.
Exactly.
We know there are a bunch of multiverses where Kang ain't even
outside of it. Exactly.
So like when it comes to Kang and that absolute point stuff, like Strange only knew of the absolute points or the timelines that Kang allowed him to know, because like I said, since he's using
presumably
the time stone, we know in Kang's little
TVA, you're right,
he made the time stone basically nothing. So why can't he control it and only make sure that your boy Doctor Strange is seeing the timelines that he wants him to see, and only seeing the possibilities that is going to, at the end of the day, because Strange is a smart guy, he's intelligent, he's going to figure out what's the best probable factor to make sure that we get everyone back, or at least the majority of all the people we need back, and make it so that this doesn't happen again. What do? You make sure your boy Stark, he snaps his finger, he's gone, because we know just him being alive, his intelligence is going to mess up any and everything that Kang got going on popping.
Well,
so you get him taken out, Kang's taking care of that. You make sure that the stones supposedly go back to where they're supposed to go, because you already know the ones that we have are destroyed. So that right there,
to be specific, not destroyed, atomized.
Ooh.
Not destroyed, atomized.
At the end of the day,
I mean, Thanos used the word. I used the stones to destroy the stones, but wasn't it? I mean, we can look at it, but I'm pretty sure that
the energy is still there. Yeah, or like the
just not, just atom. I don't know, maybe.
Because didn't they use a atomizing type of thing or whatever?
Like Infinity Crusher?
Yeah, like Infinity Crusher. Because like they did say you can't really destroy them. You only can just...
You can destroy it, like, because like you have like the snap, and then you have the reverse of the snap, so matter's always kind of there, and it just comes back to place. So let's just say that like they have just been atomized. I don't think that you can kind of reach back and grab. I mean,
but the energy is still there. So if the energy is still there,
but you saw what happened in What If, right? That the one Doctor Strange, with his Infinity Stone, took on. He was able to use it successfully in a different universe against another time stone from a different universe.
But see, the thing is,
so not to say you can't use a time stone to reverse it
has to be within the confines of the universe.
Yeah, of course. But what are we having? A splintered multiverse and our Strange being in the middle of it, at least presumably.
Yeah.
But okay, so absorption of powers and the claim that you have when you absorb someone's powers and all this kind of stuff. It's very, and I just can't get over seeing that Strange and it being so reminiscent of a pale, nightmarish figure. And then, I love how, for a while cinema, now not all cinema, and not because we just have an understanding of the director's or producer's vision or whatever it be, but when the cinema now compared to cinema then, very, very focused, because of what we do, very focused on the literary aspect of what movies are. So it's all, and when we have these trailers, it is a poem. You know what I mean? And so they're poetically giving you an interpretation.
Haiku.
Yeah. Yeah.
You love those haikus.
It's poetically giving you an interpretation of what eventually will be, and you can make your own assumption about that. But it's still being relevant because you'll go back and watch these trailers and be like, that shit's dope still,
And then we always know they definitely love to play movie magic with the trailers.
And that's what also from because you have him with this that it just looks so reminiscent of Strange's most powerful moment. Why show that, right? Strange doing that.
Do you think that's him, or do you think okay?
That's a Strange. That's a Strange. I don't know what Strange, but that's a Strange.
I think that's just your boy CLUBᵀᴹ. I actually think CLUBᵀᴹ's gonna take over a Strange. A Strange, not the Strange, but a Strange, and basically he's gonna use that, type but let's just say, type thing, and.
But here's my deal.
I don't know. It's gonna be a lot.
Here's my deal. Okay, Doctor Strange is he's a scholarly man, right? When he encounters his own variants, they don't immediately just go. Remember what happened with Spider-Man when he encountered himself? He immediately was like, what the hell? And he has his spidey sense, he's not going to sit there and just be like, oh, not know. He definitely was on it because he knew, right? These strangers don't do that. These strangers talk to each other. These strangers, before the first Strange that we knew that was just enveloped in all this darkness and just like absorbed all of these creatures and their powers and all these tentacle things that look impossible to defeat, he just eats it, right?
The more and more.
What does he do when he sees the other Strange? He could easily just eat them. Well, what does he do? Not easily because they had a battle, but he talked to him. He reasoned with them. He let the other Strange reason with them, and at the end of it, before he really just had that like checkmate, he put him in this kind of dreamscape. Again, dreamscape, right? He put him in this dreamscape where the visions of Christine was meant to pull him in and meant for him to relinquish that control and let him become one with himself in this darker manner.
Yeah. Yeah.
This Strange here, that's definitely a Strange. I don't think someone as powerful as CLUBᵀᴹ or anything, because he's on a level, not maybe Dormammu, but he's in that realm, right?
Oh yeah.
Nightmare's in.
So yeah.
To say that he wants to, I think a person like that would be one, either too wise to approach Strange in a way where he's just going to become a Strange like that, because we're again talking about one becoming another. But I just doesn't seem, the story just doesn't serve it. You know what I mean? The story serves if Strange has to, okay, the plot, right? Just an assumption of what the plot could be. Strange has not paid or atoned for all the things that he thought he was doing right. Other people have warned him, you can do what you're doing and we'll allow it to even help you. But at the end of the day, the bill comes due. Right?
Yeah, your boy.
And so Doctor Strange is going to have to deal with his madness in the multiverse. Now, the multiverse is already going to do its own thing. The multiverse wants to converge on itself. It does it all the time, if it wants to. There shouldn't be any limiting authority saying that that's not possible, which King has that, which the Illuminati may not have, but at least understands. They're a board of advisors and they put a good plan out, but they do it and they put it, they do it in their own way. They don't send their goons, or they don't have some kind of like bureaucratic kind of like establishment doing it for them.
I mean, well,
presumably
they were always doing it
say that a lot, presumably.
behind the scenes. Also, what version of because we know just looking at we know it's the Illuminati. What version of the Illuminati are we getting? Because if you know anything about the comics and their story arc,
right?
There's the Illuminati that gets started, and then there's the Illuminati that started but been taken over by Secret War stuff. We'll let you look into it,
right? And
then there's the Illuminati that messes up a lot of stuff before they fix it.
Right.
So, with this being the MCU,
the man's done his research.
It's a different dimension. Are we getting that Illuminati, or are we getting someone that's completely different? That
the only way to do this, good sir, is to preface my answer with a question.
Ooh.
Which would be, how do you feel when a major event is accomplished or set in stone, or even just published, whatever, in whatever publication it would be, or whatever medium? Is it done? Can it be reversed? Can you cross over from a different universe? And I don't think that's what this is about. I think if there is a cross, you'll see them walking through a doorway, and we won't have to be explained as to who they are or where they come from, just like the Peters, right? Now, not to say that, this multiverse thing is going to be, or not going to be, the most authentic, original kind of way to introduce a multiverse, truly, right? But it's already been done in Spider-Man. Like, there's no questions about how, that you don't have, Feige's not have you asking questions while this kind of event's going on. This is an event movie. This is not just a sequel, or just an introductory, or whatever, or this is and there could be a 3, because you're dealing with multiversal type stuff, and you're dealing with multiple strangers. So my question before that is, how would you look at events that have been settled, and you can walk away from these books saying, like, if I pull up one of my 616 books, right, is that done for you? Like, can one of those characters come back? Like classic Loki. Is that classic Loki? Or is that classic Loki taken from a timeline? And that classic Loki is doing what he's doing. He's always done since the 60s.
And it was technically, until someone actually say which timeline or universe we're watching, we don't know.
We don't know. So I would say that is an original counsel, but I think they come I think they totally understand variants of themselves. I think they understood. Ooh. What I think the multiverse resets itself. Because when you have multiple things come in, and then it's like, okay, this is how we're going to heal it, or whatever, or this is how we're going to put ourselves back into the situation, and then press play. All that stuff hadn't happened.
So if that's the case, the multiverse is meant to break down just so it can repair itself anyway.
Kinda, you're gonna have it. Yeah, it's gonna. You can't have a destructive multiverse and say that is the way the Marvel universe is gonna remain, just because we want all these properties to be relevant again. They've already done that. They can exist separate of themselves. But what I'm saying is, you have an Illuminati. You have a Professor X that may come from X-Men '97, or you can have a Professor X that comes from Days of Future Past, which I think is the one film that does it very well, where you have the actual Days of Future Past be the actual Days of Future Past. Because the beginning of Days of Future Past looks just like the way they did in X-Men from '97. Looks just like the way they had it in the comics. Not maybe just, but very close.
That was one of the few ones I actually thought was a good one.
That could be a full-on multiverse event that gets referenced, and then you move into what is, right? So who's to know where this Professor X comes from? Who's to know who else is on the council? We know there is either an Ultron, a Vision, Tony, who convenes, or at least has authority over security, which means he, or what, attained its goal of putting that armor around the world.
And quick side note, White Vision is still out there. We don't know what he's doing, where he at. Vision. I would love for him to come back and be like, okay, Wanda, it's time to come home. And that one snaps her out of whatever's going on. And she's like, okay, Vision.
No.
Then she just go puppy dog eyes like,
yeah.
No. Like, that would be hilarious. But
no,
like,
I think White Vision is, I don't know, that seems to be something that needs to have its own thing. That feels like its own kind of
that is
fun little project,
whole of theories.
Yeah.
If you ask me, of just so many great possibilities.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely gonna have to, you know, talk about that.
We'll figure that out. But yeah, trivia. Trivia. We are going to find out if the man in the Oni mask is indeed either Doctor Strange or the Scarlet Witch. Now, we found this on... Yeah, we found this on BuzzFeed. So, like, full disclosure, I ain't coming up with this. I don't have the time.
Right.
But first question for you, my dear sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How would your best friend describe you? It's a one-word option, or rather, 4 options of one word. Okay. Loyal, humble, caring, or smart.
Ooh.
You ain't got all the time in the world either.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
Because the first one you said, I immediately already was going to say, because I'm very loyal to a fault.
You want to do that?
I'm very loyal to a fault. But I am definitely humble.
Okay.
You know, I honestly don't like taking credit, even, you know, when I do good stuff. I just want to do good stuff and just let it be that, you know?
Okay. There's caring and smart.
I'm definitely caring. Like, I know I'm caring. I mean,
but this is how your best friend would describe you.
And that's the thing, like...
Not what you think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even my friends, like, they tell me, like I said, like, they tell me, like, these are stuff that they would describe me as, you know, and smart, I mean.
Okay.
So, I gotta go off of recently, maybe loyal.
All right, loyal. We'll hit loyal.
You know, just off of work-related stuff, you know.
Is that your final answer?
I'm definitely loyal.
Is that your final answer?
That would be my final answer.
The man says loyal. All right, so you are loyal. Second question, sir. Oni mask looks good, man. You polish it?
Actually, no. You know, I like to go ahead and let the wear and tear, you know, just go, and
like a true.
It gives it its own character.
Hell yeah.
You know, like, actually,
I'm gonna lie, you look like a fucking Shogun, homie. I'm not gonna lie.
It has to have its own character. So
you look like you just rose it up for the 36. Actually, that, homie, because you look like you came from the 36 chamber just now. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
I'll take that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll take that. You already know. Thank you.
All right. Second question. Favorite food? I think I know this one, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Pizza, salad, sushi, ramen.
Ooh. Well, I'm plant-based vegan. So, of course, you know, gotta go with the salad, y'all.
You think salad? You could be... Okay, salad? Your favorite food is salad?
No. But since that was out of choice, that's what I'm going with.
No, what's your favorite? No, seriously, what's your favorite food?
Actually, it's burgers. Believe it or not. And they have plant-based patties now, so I was able to be able to stick with that.
So you're going to go with salad?
When I switched over.
All right, so salad.
Yeah.
All right. I don't understand it. I was going to say ramen for you.
Really?
Yeah.
It used to be until I ate them for like every freaking day.
But we're going with salad?
My choice, so yeah, I definitely want to stay away from ramen. Right. But my anime character, all day. That's
okay.
it.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm a man of many characters.
So, that may not be a good thing. I have medication for that.
Why? I don't want to suppress my characters.
We'll go over that after.
No,
we're done with this.
That is me.
You know what? Listen, too many people in the same room, just a bad idea sometimes. Too many same yous. You've seen Loki. Come on, guy. Come on. It's okay.
That's the best part.
You definitely might need that medication. Okay, so.
I definitely need it, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right, third question. This is very in-universe, okay? Who is your favorite female Marvel character?
Oh, son of a gun.
The Scarlet Witch. Now, okay, there's a Black Widow, but full disclosure, now people don't like that I say this. I don't give a damn, all right? Because I will die on this motherfucker every time. You're looking at me because I know. Now listen. Black Widow. Now it could be either, because this is how I feel. It could be either Yelena. Oh, Yelena. or Natasha.
So we got Black Widow, Natasha.
Or Natasha. She's just so
Scarlet
damn
Witch.
just.
Scarlet Witch.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, listen, can we just pick? Can I just pick for you?
No, sir. You cannot pick.
All right, I'll give you the other two options. All right, ready? Captain Marvel. Again, you can have whatever Captain Marvel you want, or
so
Nebula.
You talk about full-time Captain Marvel too.
Yeah, whatever should be called. Yeah.
Okay. What was the last one?
Or Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Ooh.
She works.
She puts in work. Yes.
All right, so what you got? Black Widow. You got Yelena. Come on, bro.
What was the four choices again? We got Scarlet
Yelena.
Witch. Yelena.
Hey. All right. Yelena, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, or Nebula.
Oh shit, Nebula! I almost actually forgot about her.
How do you forget about Nebula? I ain't gonna.
Because in my opinion, they do her wrong as hell. Like for real.
She's weird.
I like weird.
I get that.
Yes, I like weird. Ladies, hit me up in the comments.
Please don't. It's professional broadcast.
It's like, no. But man, damn. Because honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. For real, I love Black Widow, but
Yeah, no,
when it comes
because
to
Yelena,
Marvel,
right? Because what?
When it comes to Marvel, I'm a powers guy. And
I swear to God. All right. So what?
That's
Are you gonna pick Captain Marvel?
No. For real, I'm actually torn between Nebula now, since not that I actually know she's a choice. Actually, like I said, shit,
Not
and
gonna
Scarlet
lie.
Witch, and just because, like I said, I like weird, but
Ain't nobody weird than Scarlet Witch.
I'm going with Nebula though. Just
You going with
because,
Nebula?
Like I said, my
respect
take, she
it.
is done wrong. Like throughout the whole thing.
Hey, 2014 Nebula, 2023 Nebula, or like Nebula from the comics, or like whole like what kind?
Actually,
What you got?
what's it called from What If?
Oh hell, hey bro, hey. I forgot about that. With the long shit, with the
man, that was Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, she was bad.
Nebula
Bah.
right there. Like,
Are we just
straight up.
grading these characters off what they look like?
No, that like I said,
All right, just
like,
making
she-
sure. No, because
she-
we
like
want
I
to be
said,
fair.
no,
No,
she got wrong.
Hey,
You know
I
what
just
I'm saying?
want
like I said,
we want to be objective.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
that too. But at the same time,
We're men.
she's fucking
We're men.
gorgeous.
But we want to be fair.
Yeah.
Nebula's a bad motherfucker. Like she's
I'm
just
sorry,
shit.
for a guy. Fair is
She's the
body
only one to
ratio.
step to Thanos and say "fuck you" multiple times. Like she threw a ship at him. That's about like yeah, hell yeah. Hey, see,
Just saying.
See? Yeah.
Like I said, you know. she
Oh
got
hell
done
yeah.
wrong, and
Hey,
she
you
still
want us to
put
go?
in work.
Hey, look, we really gonna be fair. I love this. You ready?
Okay.
Next question. Who's your favorite male Marvel character? Now you know. This is ready. Captain America.
No.
Man, shut up. Captain America,
I'm a villain. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a villain. So,
Thor, Iron Man, and there's a fourth option. Obviously, I only like female characters. Women, obviously, there's not a fourth option. There's not. Okay, there's not. Okay. So what is it? Which three?
what's the fourth option?
Do you want me to give you a fourth option that you can't choose from? The fuck do you think this is?
Fourth option?
Listen, the fourth option literally says I only like female characters. I'm not fucking with you.
Really?
Yes.
That is so terrible.
Why would I lie? I mean, I know
Iron
why,
Man.
but why now? Right. Okay. So,
Iron Man,
Captain America,
America,
Thor.
or Thor.
Or Thor, Iron Man. There's three. Right. You really thinking about it? Out of those three people, you're thinking about it.
I don't know if I want Thor
No.
or Iron Man.
Are you serious right now? Captain America is on this list, and you're not taking Captain America. You have literally like 3 to 4 fucking options, and you're not taking Captain America.
Did you not hear me say I am a villain at the end of the day?
Okay,
so
Iron Man
sorry.
or
Iron Man
Thor?
is a freaking alcoholic.
Whatever.
You know, that has some shit he had to overcome. And your boy Thor, if he goes untapped by good old Pops,
Captain
he's a freaking
America.
dick.
He has the most generic
he's a
name, and
party
he's
guy.
still awesome. Captain America. You thought that was gonna, and he's still. Come on, bro.
He's a goody two-shoes.
He's awesome when he's not being him. He
I'm at
took
the
the
dark
star
side.
off, and he was better.
I'm with
Tell
the
me.
dark side. I'm
You gotta be
sorry.
fucking kidding.
No,
All right, no, it's cool.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
Like,
it's cool.
It wasn't until recently.
You know what? I feel
that
like
he became Hail Hydra.
You know what?
So
You know
because
what?
it was recently, I gotta go with who got the better history. Better history. I'm going
Better history.
Yes, that is
Dude.
your boy.
Yo, you remember Chris Rock and Pootie Tang?
Iron
That's how I
Man
feel. I feel like I just want
as a
to.
freaking
Are you serious?
egomaniac drunk. He starts off as that.
Fine.
Thor had to get
Fine.
cast out.
Next question.
So I'm actually gonna go with Thor because he's a guy. Like, and he's a party guy. So Thor. I'm a bad guy.
Man,
what can I say?
I can say a lot, but I'm not. I'm just keep it to myself. Bad guy. Are you ready for the next question?
Yes. Sir,
You pissed me off. First episode. I thought it was gonna take a long time. I thought it was gonna take quite a while, but first episode,
you know, I
came
had to
out with
it.
it.
You know, I had to take it. Come on, see, this is the entertainment you guys are gonna get with us. Yes, we are a coin.
I can't believe this, man.
Okay, we are not the same sided coin. We are two different sides.
Yeah.
You will definitely
like the side that got blown up
difference
when the Joker
opinion.
blew that shit up and blew the homeboy's half his face. You that side. Yeah. Fucking side coins. All right, you ready?
I'm a Joker. I want to watch the world burn. Just to let you know.
Honestly, I can't wait for that fucking movie, man. That Batman movie. We're gonna see that shit.
Oh yeah.
Premiere day. Like our premiere day is that premiere day.
God, I can't wait.
I didn't really plan that. It was just like a few weeks out from when I was already doing it. All right, so anyway, next question. So I word it like this. Either which upcoming or recent Marvel property, because it shows on here too, are you most looking forward to seeing? Either Black Widow, okay, the show I Am Groot, She-Hulk, or, and I'm going to say this as best as I can, Shang-Chi, and The Legend of the Ten Rings. What you got?
Ooh,
I have a preference just because I feel like one movie is specifically made for me, especially when I went to go see it and I was like, yeah, I feel better after watching this just
Black
about
Widow.
myself. Huh?
I'm guessing Black Widow.
Nah, that was a little treat that I was not expecting.
Really?
To be honest with you. It was Shang-Chi.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, Shang-Chi was my favorite film up until that point.
For me,
And then I saw Spider-Man.
You kind of just like filled me in on something real quick because I actually forgot about the I Am Groot cartoon and like that was actually pretty good. I liked it. Like
I think there's a
short. It was like
I think there is like a thing, but I don't know. All right, we gotta look into it because I'm pretty sure I Am Groot is like a MCU. Disney
I think it's like a
Plus
short
thing.
I think it was
no,
a
that's
short
Rocket
thing
and
on Disney
Groot.
Plus.
I don't know because they have like the other Disney like XD kind of shows and stuff. So that always confuses me when I'm like looking like thinking about like the Groot stuff and everything. Because I don't think they've taken Groot
they're doing the new thing
seriously in the
him,
MCU as much as they should have. What?
They're not doing the new thing with Groot, are they?
Yeah, well, I've heard that they're gonna like have in Guardians 3, like they're gonna have like this. I don't remember what they call him, but it's like this like mega Groot, like his like best form, like his like final form or whatever. You know, like it's like. But I don't remember what it is. But yeah, they're supposed to be like because you see Groot growing and everything.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the same Groot, you know. It's like an offshoot or whatever. But no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about Groot. Although Rocket Raccoon is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, dude, the best.
Woo!
Like the character
Bradley
dynamic
Cooper
that
can do no
him
wrong.
and Winter Soldier had for that little thing in Wakanda.
Yo, that was great.
Hilarious. They need to just put them together just because of that for the banter.
Yo, remember? Yo, he
I'm
said,
gonna get that arm.
yo, remember? No, the prison heist. The prison heist.
Yo, man.
The prison heist.
Like,
Yo, not only the prison heist, the batteries. The batteries.
He got everything in the world but the goddamn batteries.
Batteries.
But no, honestly, just the timing alone, I have to, because it's literally coming out the day after my freaking birthday.
What you got?
Doctor Strange.
That's not even on here.
You didn't say Doctor
No,
Strange.
I didn't. No.
I thought you said Doctor
I
Strange.
said Black Widow, I'm Groot, She-Hulk, and Shang-Chi.
Oh, well, shoot.
Yeah. Although if it was on here, I'd be down with that.
I honestly thought you said Doctor Strange. I can't even.
It should be, but this is older. So.
It was if this came out around the time I think it came out, at that time actually
May 2021 is when it came out.
Oh, then yeah, I was looking forward to Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
at
real
this
forward
point
to Black
in
Widow.
May,
Just for the simple fact that it was after the Infinity movies and stuff, so she's dead. So I wanted to know what the hell the whole movie was about, and then once I finally started getting previews and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, so it's basically showing what she was up to,
right?
Throughout the little whole thing, and I wanted to see that, you know, and it was the fact that they gave her own like character arc, anyways, because they had originally planned to give it to her a long time ago. It just it kept falling through, So
yeah, I mean, it definitely diluted the whole like build up to like her solo kind of like adventure, even though we keep getting like flashes of who she was before. And I think they did really well following up with that, because like I remember there were times where like they would do prequel movies and just completely fall short of like, I don't have to say anything but Wolverine. Sometimes Deadpool, you remember that Deadpool? That didn't quite make much sense. Right, so
depending on which one we're talking about, but yeah.
but so anyway, but no, like it's Word. No, I
and I actually think that came out in like May too, didn't it?
What?
When it released, Black Widow?
Yeah.
Oh, I think its original date was for like May, so like either way it go, that was around my birthday anyway, so I was
remember
gonna be
being
looking
cold.
forward to that too.
No,
so yeah, I want to say
cold.
that was supposed
to matter of fact,
around.
I watched Black Widow here on Disney Plus.
I was actually, I remember ordering on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
too.
I remember that now.
Yeah,
I pre-ordered. I remember. Stop a conversation.
Yeah.
$30. I spent $30. You know how long it took me to spend $30 once I saw it was available? Not that long, buddy.
And the fact that I knew I was keeping it,
I pressed the button before
no time limit thing or anything. Like, oh, I get to keep it. It's there. I gotta wait for it. Yeah.
I was focused so much on the button, just watching it, and I was like, I'm really gonna do this right now,
dude. I was like,
and before I knew, it just happened.
I'm not spending on watching the movie. I'm spending on the fact that I'm watching it at home, and I'm comfortable. I can blaze the hell up.
Yeah.
Like, I was happily spending that $30 instead of having to go to the theater, because that was before I got my VIP pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I just almost forgot about that damn thing.
Hey, you better get that, bro.
You a fucking godsend, man.
$20 a month. Like I said, 3 movies at the theater.
Look,
goddamn right, I'm using it for that.
Look, I'm going and making sure.
I will be using that for Batman, as well as a few other movies I'm
going
on right now.
Yes, sir. I wrote a little bit of a bio, or like what the podcast is about, and, on the site. It's really just about celebrating people. Like, honestly, like any kind of cult. Like, I mean, we just, like you said, share, like we like to,
try to make that bio into a commercial too.
Commercial?
Yeah, like a little
thing. Honestly, you know what though? Yeah. No, you're right. That could be an idea. Yeah. I'm working on. Yeah. But yeah, so it's been awesome, dude. I'll give you your answer later. Next episode, next week. Yep. So next week,
please keep a lookout and like, subscribe.
Why don't like all that? No, son, no. This is when we do it like this. Yo, put this shit on. You got me. Put it on me. Hey, put it on me. Turn my left headphone up. Oh no! It's
turn my headphones up.
Hey, turn my hey. We're in fisticuffs. Hey, I still can't hear me. Turn it up. All right, it's on me.
Yeah, you got you.
All right, listen here. Listen. Like, subscribe. All right, you follow. Look, I'm gonna put it everywhere, like a bad habit. You understand? Spotify, just type CLUBᵀᴹ. You see a search box, CLUBᵀᴹ. But just you know what I'm saying. You like it, you find it. I'm gonna keep doing it. He gonna keep doing it.
Definitely. You
know what I'm saying?
We gonna be doing it.
Look. Hey, look. Listen. There's gonna be. You see this? There's gonna be merch. You know what I'm saying? And not because I'm trying to like make a buck. It's because I gotta have to. Yeah. But not because I'm trying to make a buck. Just because it's like dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be merch.
It's a part of sharing with you.
Yeah. They're gonna be. Listen, you go to the website right now. All right, because by the time I come March 4th, right? So you go to the website right now. You go and you can become a patron, right? And you will get a little lucky shum. All right. Okay. All right. You get behind the scenes stuff, whatever it be. Okay, whatever we choose, because we can switch it up. Like that's the power of having. If this is nothing, it's the exercise of having your own business and your own microphone and internet connection and doing whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And just making it nice. That's what this exercise is about.
This is us trying to help give you a voice because we are just like you.
We are just like literally like this.
We are fans.
And there's gonna be a point where people like we're gonna have oh my god, we're gonna have fans.
Man.
I just thought about that. All right, so fans become fans. We'll give you cool stuff for it.
Yep.
I'm gonna just be real with you.
Yeah. We are men of the people, by the people, for the people at the end of the day. So
you just come by and check us out.
We can do to hook y'all up with, we plan on doing it. Like we just starting right now, so it's gonna be small. But if this grows,
it's big in heart.
We are hoping that you are willing to grow with us.
I ain't hoping. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I'm hoping. I mean,
there's a hope, but I'm saying like it's gonna grow. So like if you're with it, you're gonna grow.
If you don't, do your own thing. Listen, I mean, hey, that's up to you. But listen, I would like. Just because, like I said, I'm a man of the people for the people, I got you. I hope they do.
This moment makes me feel like Free Guy. Did you watch that Free Guy, right? You watched that Free Guy?
I planned on it.
You planned on it. How'd you plan on watching Free Guy?
Matter of fact, when we get done with this, that is a big plan for tonight. As a matter of fact,
I'm looking movie. For it. That is a classic movie. I'm gonna say that right now. Classic.
Ooh, it's gonna be a classic?
It is not going to be. It's already a classic.
Oh well, yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I say going to because you got to get, in order for a movie to be a classic, you got to get at least 5 years time, and somebody got to bring it back up and be like, "Hey, yo, y'all remember when this, that, and the third came out and all this was popping?"
No, that's appreciation.
That's when you be like, you know what? That's a classic. You
know? No, that's when you can declare it then, but that's appreciation, like a classic. Yeah, listen, when you heard, when you saw Thriller for the first time, did you guess that it was gonna like be the best shit ever, or did you know? Like it was gonna stand the test of time. You saw that, right?
Okay, quick sidebar real quick. The first time I saw Thriller was when I was a kid because my pops had it on VHS with a bunch of other Michael Jackson stuff that I used to watch literally every single day when I came home.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, like even as a kid, I was just like, this is something special.
Exactly. You know classic. What I'm saying? So, automatically classic. Yeah, like you just know it's original. So that's what I mean. You know
when you see something that is going to be something good. So.
It was a great episode, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was. I can't wait to do it again.
It's gonna be awesome. Hey, next week, guys, CLUB:CON episode. That's the new COVID episode. No, I'm just joking. Episode 2. We will be discussing more multiversal things, but in a different context. You know what I'm saying? My man's feels the Silver Surfer. I feels the Silver Surfer. So we might just have to go into the Silver Surfer. That sounded dirty. We're going to have to explore. Any way I talk about it is going to sound bad now. CLUB:CON.com. CLUB:CON.com. Subscribe, like, whatever the hell I'm supposed to say. That stuff.